Hey, it's Nailah Blackman on Vibe 105, and this is Pop-Up. My grandfather, the late great Ras Shorty, also known as Lord Shorty, originally Garfield Blackman, was a Calypsonian, and he spent his life making calypso music and always wanting to do something different with it. He realized that calypso was dying a bit, so he wanted to revolutionize calypso. He came from a family that was mixed race, East Indian and African, but to the naked eye, he would probably just look like a black man. And he felt like Trinidad and Tobago, where he's from, was very divided with the races, and he really wanted to do something different and bring the community together because he was very close to his grandfather, who was an East Indian man, his mother's father. And he was also raised with his father from Barbados, a black man. And he felt like, you know, the two worlds were so close but yet so far. And he wanted to create a music that would bring everybody together and realize that, you know, even though we may come from India or Africa or wherever else in the world, we're not so far away, you know, and we're now like Trin Big Onion. So he took the soul of calypso and fused it with the ka, which is the beginning and the end in Hindi, and called it soca. In the original making of soca, it sounded a bit more to the East Indian side, and you know, the Calypsonians didn't really like that very much. They felt like he shouldn't tamper or mix or blend the music, because you know, there was that racial divide, but he didn't really care, and he did his thing. And he did it to the point where in 1975, he coined his first album, Soca Endless Vibrations. And that was when Soca was birthed. And now, how many years later? Oh wow, it's 50 years. That's crazy. I didn't even know. I just did that math. 1975 to now is 50 years. That's crazy, yeah. We should be celebrating 50 years of soca music. Oh my God. I just had that revelation, and yeah, so many years later, everybody is in love with soca music, and it's the sound of the Caribbean. Every island from Trinidad all the way, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, Dominica, everybody does soca music.
Soca drives carnival. Soca is what makes carnival carnival. And at that point in time, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be a vagrant on the street. Somebody is gonna love you. Somebody's gonna make you feel amazing because we're just loving each other. That's a special time of the year.
I wouldn't say I grew up in the spotlight, but I would say I guess I grew up in the spotlight. My mother was very popular. My aunts and uncles were also very popular. My granddad died when I was really young, so I didn't get to experience too much of being out in public with him, as he was, you know, a giant. But my mom, every where we went, you know, people knew who she was, and they would say, "Oh, look, the children." Performing at a very young age was scary for me. I was very shy, and I didn't really like being around people. I was very, very quiet, and it was always kind of strange for me having to talk to many people that I don't know, or that, you know, my mom didn't even know. I would be like, "Mommy, do you know that person?" And she's like, "No, they're just fans." And I didn't understand the concept. So it was a bit different for a child looking on, trying to figure out, like, what is this? What does this mean? Why are all these people stopping us and talking to us? Why do all these people take pictures? You know, when I got a bit older and I was in high school, I understood it. It wasn't something I desired to be in the spotlight, but music was more. I was really excited about music, and that's all I wanted to do. So eventually, it was something I began to be okay with. Let's start with my book, Love Lala. Love Lala was an amazing project that just kind of fell on my lap because of my passion for children. Just 1 year into my career, I decided to do my very own children's concert because I realized that I had a lot of young fans, very small children from 5 years old and younger. They were in love. I think it's my high-pitched voice. They really like that high-pitched voice. I had the most beautiful childhood ever, and I felt like it's what really molded me to be an artist and to create the way I do. So I wanted to be able to give that to another child, and I started a concert called La La Land for children, but it was very expensive and it didn't really work out the way I wanted to. A lot of planning, a lot of effort, but I didn't want it to go to waste. I wanted children to have something of me. As you know, I began to get older and I was an adult, so you know, sometimes you'd make an adult content that may not be for children. I wanted children to have something specifically for them, and I got an opportunity to write a children's book. And this children's book, Love Lala, it's a riddle book, and it talks about Trinidad and Tobago, Carnival, the culture of Carnival, Soca music, the creator of Soca music, and my journey with my grandfather going to my very first Carnival. And yeah, that's how it came about. And Lala, just to say, Lala is my childhood name. That's where I got the name from. Everybody would call me Lala, and they would say, Nailah, you're just in La La Land. Like, you know, I was always singing and dancing. When do I sleep? I often ask myself this question as well. It's a science. You have to really lock down the power nap system. If you get like one, it depends on how busy a day is. If a day, during Carnival builds you for anything. Like if you could survive Trinidad Carnival, you could survive anything under the sun. But for my sleep, I think, you need sleep, you need rest to be able to have a good voice. So I've developed a power napping system, 1 hour at a time. And it's not very healthy, but the show must go on. So that's kind of how I do it. I'm super excited for my album, Born a Diamond. And on this project, I have 2 Toronto natives. The first is Roy Woods, OVO's Roy Woods. When I got this opportunity to work with him, when I thought about him, I was like, oh my God. I was a Roy Woods fan from day one. Like, he released his song, Get You Good. I was in high school. I believe I was like 15 or 16, maybe I was 16. And I remember listening to that song on repeat for I want to say 4 or 5 days straight. Like, I was dancing in my room. So when a full circle moment like this happened so many years later, I'm like, I would love to have him on my album. This song, Feels Like Love, it's a fusion sound. It has dancehall, pop, hip-hop influence. It's very fusion sound. I'm giving that Caribbean dancehall flavor on it, and he's coming in and giving that hip-hop, R&B style that just seals the entire project to make it just sound right. Like when something just sounds like this is right. Now on to SADBOI. So SADBOI, she was recommended by my label, and then I checked out her stuff and I was like, oh my God, this girl is so unique. She was doing something very like baile funk from Toronto, and I know she has Jamaican heritage. When I heard her stuff, I was like, this is definitely something I would love on my project. And when we sent it to her, she just bodied the track. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear that song called Daddy on Born a Diamond album. Something that not everybody knows about me would be that I play multiple instruments. I play guitar is my first love. Guitar is my first instrument, and I'm self-taught on guitar. And I also play piano and pan, which I actually went classes to learn, as they're more my secondary instruments. My hidden talents would be that I sew. I'm a designer, so I make a lot of my clothes. And when I originally started my career, I was actually physically sewing all of my clothes. Like I would go home, I would like go and buy cloth, go home, sew my outfits, get it ready for the night, go perform, and then wake up super early in the morning and sew more outfits for the next day. And I was doing it like that for a while until I was like, this is crazy, get somebody to sew your clothes. So now I more do like designing. Hey guys, it's Nailah Blackman, and I want y'all to check out my brand new single, Feels Like Love, alongside OVO's Roy Woods, out now. And my album, Born a Diamond, is coming soon for summer 2025. Make sure and check it out now.